This sounds like home. As a kid, I sometimes sat in front of the TV and was doing nothing else but scrolling through the Wii menu. I wasn't playing a game, I wasn't making a Mii, I was just hitting the channels and went back out again, just to feel this atmosphere. And nowadays you start the console and you see this. This is nothing against the Switch 2's console menu. It totally does its purpose and totally fits in the typical style of 2D minimalism of the 2020s, but still, sometimes I miss old console menus. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today, the lost art of console menus. The rise and the fall of them. So without further ado, let's go! Chapter 1, First Steps. As you all probably know, not every console generation had a menu. It was actually not that popular until the 90s. Back in the day, all a gaming console should do was booting up a game. So there was no fancy sounds, no fancy logos on screen, or no fancy effects. The game started and that was it. A couple consoles like for example the Famicom Disk System, the Atari Jaguar and the Philips CDI, yes, that thing,
great! I can't wait to bomb some dodongos!
Had the idea to show a screen when you wouldn't insert a disc. And I think you could count that as the first menus. Obviously you couldn't do anything with it, or at least not much, but I mean, it's a start. That all should change with the 5th console generation. PlayStation entered the console market after a collab between Nintendo and Sony for a CD drive failed. The PlayStation was capable of playing CDs, and also you could sort your files and take care of them, which Nintendo was only capable of a console generation further, and they still couldn't play CDs. Sony wasn't the first company to have a menu that features options like this though. The Sega Saturn, which got released a lot earlier, like 1 week, had also the option of playing CDs and honestly a really cool art style. The space theme of the console's name found its way to the menu, and with the spaceships and the stars it was definitely impressive. All that was definitely super new for the time and super exciting, but only a glimpse of the awesomeness that is yet to come. Chapter 2, The Prime. The 6th console generation shouldn't only be one of the most important and legendary ones for the gaming industry, but also a start of the new era of console menus. You can really feel that you're in between full-on menus, almost like a PC, and the first steps of the last generation we just talked about. Even though the Sega Dreamcast was the first console of that generation, I think it has one of the best console menus of that generation and actually till this date. The name Dreamcast and the menu are corresponding in the most perfect way. Look at it. In this menu it was possible to choose your game, play music, take care of your game files, and choose your usual settings. This menu feels so dreamy and carefree that it was always fun to me to just start up the console and hang out in the menu. The 3 other competitors on the market at the time, Sony, Nintendo, and from this console generation on Microsoft, did the total opposite of what Sega did, design-wise. The console menus felt a lot more adult, darker, and edgier. Especially the Xbox menu was really amazing stuff. The fluent transitions to a new menu page, the letter font, and the colors are mad impressive for 2001. The PS2's menu wasn't actually that impressive, but you know what was? The sale numbers! They did something right, I guess. Don't get me wrong, PS2, amazing console, but only looking at the design of the menu, I think Xbox did a better job. Except for the startup sound. That thing used to make my whole house vibrate. You know what else is cool about the PS2? It was capable of playing DVDs straight out of the box. Nintendo? The Xbox also was capable of playing DVDs, but only with the DVD kit. Still better than... But maybe the next generation of Nintendo consoles will be able to play DVDs. Hello there. Still, we have reached the next console generation now, and this is the prime of console menus. And the Wii is the best example. Fruitiger Arrow was on the rise, and with it glossy textures and sounds, and oh, it shows here. The sound when you click on something is so juicy, the atmosphere is so dreamy and clean. This is what life should feel like, but it's actually more like... The Wii also came with a lot of options without having to download anything. The Me channel, the Photo channel, and the Shop channel. I remember creating every single one of my classmates as a Me back in the day, cause I thought at some point they're gonna hang out at my place. Guess what never happened. No matter which channel you choose, there was a new soundtrack for every single one of those, and I think I won't forget a single one of them. Also the little animation in the game channel that each game had added so much personality. Okay, maybe not every single one of them. The PS3 and the Xbox 360 also had amazing menus at that time. The Xbox actually even had different menus depending on which version of the console you buy. I think they probably couldn't decide for one, and in the end chose a menu with like little avatars doing some shenanigans. I wonder why. This was also the Xbox version that I owned as a teenager. Yes, that's actually how old I am. The menu felt clean, the colors and the textures are glossy again, and I'd say you could almost call this menu techno-zen. The two other options for the Xbox menus are either a menu that looks just like Windows 8, the Windows that I hate the most because it killed off Windows 7, the best of them all. And another one was different trays, which was really simple, but I actually really appreciated aesthetically. The PlayStation 3 also had a dreamy vibe about it, but a little more minimalistic. No fancy graphics, no big letters, no colorful icons, just clean letters on a clean background. Even though I never owned a PS3, I gotta say it looks almost like my old PSP, right? They totally managed to get this vibe across to the handheld console, and that's amazing. I don't know if we should talk about the DS menu though. It's a lot more basic, but I mean, it featured Picto Chat. Who needs to play DVDs on that console when you could just do that all day? The DSi's menu has been a lot better already. The system of exploring is built similar to the Xbox or PlayStation menus that you scroll to the side and then open up the software. But the aesthetic of it was a lot closer to the Wii. And especially a lot closer to the Wii than the original Nintendo DS. And who could forget Flipnote? Or the camera. Okay, we should move on. Chapter 3. The end of an era. We are in the early 2010s now. The world shifts more into the direction of minimalism, and aesthetics like Fruity Arrow and Technozen start slowly to fade away, but Nintendo still wants to hold on to it. And even though this is the start of the end of the era, we have got one of the best console menus right here. The Wii U. The Wii U's console menu is peak, it's even better than the Wii in my opinion. The ambience is crazy here, the textures are so clean and smooth, some of the music is legendary to me to this day. And even though this console flopped, you can really feel the love and thoughts they put into this. I'll never forget you, Wii U. Rest in peace to the Miiverse also, by the way, even though I got banned once. I was so excited that I got all stamps in Nintendo Land that I wrote down in the Miiverse, I got all stamps. I couldn't write anything on there for like a month after that. The 3DS totally caught the vibe of the Wii U as well and felt like a really amazing evolution of the already amazing DSi menu. The pre-installed games like Phase Raiders were also crazy. Look at me! Sony went two different routes this time. The PS Vita feels a lot more like something Nintendo would make, not color-wise, but it feels like it's a little more targeted to the younger audience. It's a lot more playful and cartoony, while the PS4 is almost the same as the PS3 on the first sight, but they added a lot more depth to it. Also they added pictures and icons, which makes it a lot more friendly in my eyes. And Xbox totally lost this one. The Xbox One actually had multiple menus again, and almost every single one of them is worse than the other one. The first one was Windows 8 again, on a console. Great! Then they got some updates and, well, it's clean, but it's so lifeless. There's no song in the background, not even ambient sound, and skipping to the menu you basically just hear this one sound. And I think this is the start of the downfall right here. Cause the console with the best menu is the console that actually flopped in that generation. So it only would make sense if they changed to minimalism on the next console generation. Chapter 4. The present. And that's exactly what happened. Nintendo changed their concept of personality and Mii's and glossy textures to this. It's probably one of the most user-friendly console menus ever. I totally signed that, but I don't want to hang out in the menu anymore. I just want to start the software as quickly as possible because there's nothing to see here anymore. And that's sad. The Xbox Series X and S is the absolute same as a generation earlier. I mean, I get that people were okay with the latest menu, not amazed, but they were fine with it. And Microsoft was already not doing that well with the flop of Windows 8 plus the flop of the Windows phones. So I guess they were not into experimenting that much anymore. And Sony with the PS5 feels like a smart TV. But I think this has to be the best console menu of this generation. A lot of effects, a nice background, and even music. All the things Nintendo was famous for, now on a PlayStation. The personality is definitely gone from this one, and especially this one, but here we still have it. So I still got hope for the future. Chapter 5. The Future. I record this video 1 week after the drop of the Nintendo Switch 2, and let's be honest, I'm not surprised the Switch 2's console menu hasn't changed at all. Other than some round corners on the icons. Round corners! No such thing as round corners! Corners are always 90 degrees! Like I wanted to say, other than some round corners on the icons, the menu feels and looks the absolute same. I mean, if I would be Nintendo, I also would do the minimum effort and especially minimum risk at the moment, cause look at the sales of the Switch 1. I'm interested in what Sony and Microsoft will do in the future though. On social media I see the trend of Frutiger arrows slowly coming back, but even though my hopes are there that some companies will bring it back, they are still low. At least for now. The next 5 to 10 years I think we'd probably all have to live with the boring simplifying of icons and of minimalism. But you never know, so let's all hope for the best and hope personality and creativity returns more into our beloved console menus. And that's it. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider to like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you all in the next video next week. Until then, God bless you all, stay healthy, bye.